Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So we have this article here on finbowl.com. And apparently they asked some crypto experts and financial experts about the price of XRP. Let's take a look at what they're talking about here. It says, as we enter the final period of 2023, Finbowl sought insights from financial and crypto experts regarding XRP's price outlook for 2024. The analyst opinions gathered by Finbowl on October 24th were marked by a diverse range of forecasts for the crypto token's potential price trajectory. These predictions span from bullish optimism to more cautious. So we get a good range, so be it. Tepid outlooks reflecting the intricate interplay of various influencing factors. So, okay, I guess this is the first one. They're jumping right into it. Good. I don't like to waste time. This is from Dom Farnell, co-founder of the Investor Center. It says, one of the finance experts who shared his predictions on XRP's 2024 predictions was Dom Farnell, a co-founder of the Investor Center. The crypto specialist said XRP remains, quote, one of the most exciting altcoins on the market, unquote. Adding that it is, quote, a matter of time before we see a new all-time high for this token, unquote. I agree with that. Yeah, of course, none of us has a crystal ball. There's no guarantees, but I agree with this. Oh, it goes further. It says, quote, XRP is in what I like to call a holding phase. We saw a very exciting climb to over 80 cents in mid-July. For it now to have corrected itself back to roughly 55 cents. Wait a minute. Earlier today, it went higher. Yeah, it definitely did. Oh, yeah. I made a little post in the members only section, just a little one, but it went higher. Oh, yeah. It was looking real good today. A lot of things were looking real good this morning. It says, looking ahead, Farnell said he does not see, quote, much movement for XRP in the coming months, unquote, and instead predicted the cryptocurrency to continue trading between 50 cents and 60 cents. I could agree to that if there is no catalyst. That's the one unknown variable with XRP is that at any minute they could come out with some big news, right? And there's a lot of big news that they are sitting on. And you can just go by the connections they have already established. It doesn't have to be anything new. So I always keep that in the back of my mind that at any minute something could pop off. You know, we're battling against U.S. Treasuries. That 10-year Treasuries just hit 5%. So, you know, listen, I don't know if this it's the tiniest little bit of a sell-off pullback happened in the afternoon time, right? But things are still green, but they weren't as green as this morning. I don't know if that's the liquidity drain of the U.S. Treasuries occurring. I'm not sure about that. I'm waiting for the data and information to come out to either confirm or you know, put that to bed. We shall see. But we're also battling against them. That's what I'm trying to convey, right? So that's always a factor as well. But at any time, I keep it open that XRP could go to somewhere new. You saw what just happened. And yes, Bitcoin was rising. I get that. I don't care how XRP goes up. As long as it goes up, that's all that matters to me. But Bitcoin went up, XRP went up, right? People did not expect that. Now, there's a lot of factors to that. People can say, well, you know, it's because of the ETF activity and certain thing was posted, which then now was taken down about a particular ETF that got people excited. I suppose that could be it. I don't know if that's a solid enough catalyst, but it might be. It might be. Like I said, the people are in a position in the world right now where they need capital very badly. So they may jump on any opportunity that's there. But I'll say this. I feel like the bigger catalyst was that huge sell-off in bonds. See, when that happened, it left a lot of capital for big money players to move around. And I think with a lot of these different catalysts kind of coming together, especially with the Bitcoin ETF news, I think they decided to play for a little bit. How long? I don't know. So now let's move on here. We have more predictions. So this is from Gillian Dewar, CFO of Credible. It says, meanwhile, Gillian Dewar, Chief Financial Officer of personal finance site Credible, believes XRP's price course in the coming months mainly depends on whether major institutions adopt the cryptocurrency for global transactions And if the market starts a bull run, quote, which would effectively raise XRP rates, unquote. I agree with that. I'm all about the banks. Like, I think the banks are what makes XRP's price really skyrocket. Can you see respectable gains from lesser institutions? Yes. And a little bit of retail. If you want to consider all of this big money that people are throwing around retail. Sure. But it's the banks that make that price skyrocket. So I will agree with that partially. It says, quote, on the conservative end, we may see increases in XRP to 60 cents. I can agree. Like I said, we went up this morning. We were this close to 60 cents, this close. And it was fun. Oh, yeah, I was having a good time watching everything happen. It says 60-cent range, but that number could rise up to $1 if these factors play out right. I'll take $1. Yeah, for sure. They're talking about early 2024. They're talking about the beginning of 2024. This is what this article is about. $1 at the beginning of 2024. I'll take it. Yeah, sure. Bring it on. So now we have another prediction here. It's from Lawrence Yarpy, founder of Really Need Cash. It says Lawrence Yarpy, financial expert and founder of the personal finance website reallyneedcash.com, believes the final outcome of the SEC Ripple dispute is the single biggest factor that will impact XRP's price. It says, in the meantime, other factors that are capable of influencing the crypto assets trajectory are developments related to institutional adoption of the token. You know, see, the infrastructures that Ripple set up, that is very key. On-demand liquidity, that's very key. All that stuff that they have. I forgot. They keep renaming everything. So I can't keep up with it all. They just keep renaming it. But you know, all that XRapid, XCurrent, that now they've changed it to something else. There was Liquidity Hub. Did they change that name as well? I don't know. I can't keep up with all that. But all I know is the infrastructures that Ripple has set up are key. They're very significant. So we need that to be 100% in the clear. You know, and so I'm keeping my eye on that. That's I'm trying to give you as everything is laid out as I possibly can. So it says, quote, given all of these factors, it is difficult to predict the exact price of XRP at the start of 2024. It says, however, some financial experts believe that XRP could reach a price of $1.50 to $2 by the start of 2024. By the start. Wow. I'll take it. $1.50. Oh, I feel so good. I would. I mean, what do you feel? You feel like with $1.50 at the start of 2024? That's a heck of a good start, in my opinion. Better than where we are now. $1.50, $2 by the start of 2024. Okay, all right. I thought that was going in the opposite direction. I thought that price, I thought that they would probably keep it within this range it's in now. But no, that was a pretty good prediction. I like that. Gets me a little bit fired up. All right, says the cryptocurrency gained more than 18% over the past 7 days, around 14% on the month. We're going to stop right there with that article. Once again, that's on finbowl.com. Keep doing a good job, Finbowl. I like you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So now let's move on here. We have a lot of big news today. More big news. So this article here is from U.Today and it's titled Ripple Inc.'s new partnership with Uphold. Just when you think they can't do anything else, they come in with some new activity. So San Francisco-based blockchain company Ripple has formed a partnership with Web3 financial platform Uphold, according to a Tuesday announcement. The primary goal of this tie-up is to integrate Uphold's crypto liquidity resources into Ripple's existing cross-border payments infrastructure. Ooh, they're forming Voltron. Things are getting interesting. Enhancing cross-border payments over the past decade, Ripple has developed systems intended to simplify international transactions by addressing the challenges of pre-funding accounts for businesses. Through the incorporation of Uphold services, Ripple seeks to optimize its existing infrastructure. Pegas Soltani, Ripple's head of payments and payments product, has noted the potential operation improvements from this partnership, hinting that this is only the start of their relationship. Interesting. Okay, hey, I'll take it. Do a good job. Uphold, which we know Uphold is super bullish on XRP, and that's what's important in my opinion. Uphold, which facilitates transitions between fiat and cryptocurrencies, draws from a network of global crypto liquidity providers. We know that there is nothing that can provide liquidity better than XRP. Nothing can build a liquidity cushion bigger than XRP. And that's why it can move those trillions. And that's why one of the big reasons why people believe that XRP can go to a higher price. You know, I'll take any higher price, but I think it can go I think it can go respectably high. That's how I look at it. Says upholds unwavering support for XRP. Yeah, I knew that was going to do well towards making a relationship between them and Uphold. It says throughout the tumultuous times faced by Ripple, especially during its legal challenges with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, Uphold has stood out as one of its staunchest allies. We're going to leave off right there with that article. Let's move on to another one here. Now, this is one big thing after another when it comes to XRP. All right. So this one here is on U.Today. And it's titled XRP Ledger to host World Expo 2025 NFTs. Details. It says Expo 2025, one of the most anticipated events in the world, which is set to be held in October 2025 in Osaka, Japan, will issue its official non-fungible tokens on the XRP Ledger. If that's not big, I don't know what is. We know Japan is super bullish on XRP. Let's keep going. It says the Expo's official wallet will also be supported by Ripple's major Asian partner. XRPL becomes official Expo 2025 Osaka NFT platform. The upcoming global exhibition, Expo 2025 in Osaka, will release its official non-fungible tokens on top of the XRP ledger. A hotly anticipated NFT collection called Mayakun, quote unquote, Mayakun, will be minted for millions of Expo 2025 visitors from all over the globe. Ripple's VP Emi Yoshikawa shared on her X account. Okay. Technically, the new NFT release is a joint project by SBI. So the big dogs are getting involved. They're getting active. SBI VC Trade and SBI NFT, 2 units of Asian digital economy major SBI holdings. The tokens will be unveiled in May 2024, a year before the grand opening ceremony of the Expo 2025 in Osaka. All right. So now let's move on here. So now this article here is from Bitcoinist.com, which, by the way, I have something very good for the members only section. I told people, man, we're in the driver's seat. Let me just put it out. I'm not giving anything away. We're in the driver's seat. They can't compete with us. They never could. They're trash. The legacy system, they're trash. I hate to say it like this, people, but I'm giving it to you exactly how I'm thinking about it. You know, and the legacy system has tried to catch up to us, tried to absorb our technologies. And I think they've hit another snag. We'll get to that in the members only video. OK, I'll see you over there. It says so this article is titled from the Bitcoinist.com XRP price explosion. So it says the XRP price saw a rapid increase alongside the rest of crypto market over the weekend, bringing its price finally up above the 53-cent mark. But it went higher than that this morning. It definitely did. Oh, it was looking very interesting for a while. And it's still right now. I think before the video I checked and it was hovering around 55 cents, even as the prices of many things came down a little bit. It says amid this increase in price has emerged a pattern that suggests what might be going on with the altcoin. It says real volume amid XRP price rally. In the real volume chart by Masari, an interesting pattern can be seen with the XRP price rally. For one, the real volume shows how trading volume has spiked at various price points. The most notable of these is what happens when there is an XRP price spike. Volume tends to jump at these points, suggesting that there is a high degree of interest in the altcoin. This means that as XRP tokens go on the market, there are eager investors waiting to pick up on this available supply and defend the price. Mostly, the bulls have been able to dominate during these times where they have been able to maintain support for the price. This was seen where there was a dip to 51 cents as investors in profit rushed to secure their gains. But not too long after, the XRP price was back up. I saw a lot of that. It was a lot of good volatility this last few days. It was beautiful, suggesting that the bullish investors have continued to maintain dominance at this time. There has also been an increase in the real volume on Monday, showing high levels of interest in the altcoin. Before trading hours open on Monday, real volume was already up to $484 million, a 71% increase from Sunday's real volume figures of $282 million. So now let's move on here to another article. I want to try to get through all of these things today. So now this article here is from the cryptopotato.com and is titled Massive XRP Transfers Amid Ongoing Bitcoin Price Rally. Here, we're just going to go through the bullet points here on this one. It says, first bullet point, 2 significant XRP transactions totaling nearly 500 million XRP were recently made, with one worth $213 million and another valued at $13 million. The latter transaction was attributed to Ripple Labs and sent to Bitstamp Exchange. Next bullet point, Ripple's strategic alliances with exchanges Bitstamp and Bitso involved the movement of XRP tokens, with around 100 million XRP previously transferred to these exchanges in early October. Next bullet point. These large XRP transactions coincide with Ripple's legal victories against the SEC, which have led to increased optimism and price predictions for XRP. The upcoming court battle, scheduled for April 2024, could have significant implications for the cryptocurrency market and U.S. regulation. Now, wait a minute there. See, this is so confusing. So, once again, I need more clarity from the lawyers. I need more clarity. Now, the Larson and Garlinghouse issue, that was what they don't have to go to court for. Is there anything that they're still, is that actually still scheduled for 2024? Like, I mean, they said that they have to confer with the SEC on institutional sales, but is the date still set for that? Are they still battling on that part? Which obviously, if they're communicating on that, they're trying to come up with some kind of middle ground. But this article is saying, oh, the upcoming court battle scheduled for April 2024. Like, they said that, well, there was a piece of that or the whole thing was thrown out. All of this is very confusing. Confusing right now. Somebody, one of you out there knows, somebody out there has perfect clarity and has been following this case, very closely. See, when I had access to my Twitter, I could just go on there and the lawyers would post stuff and then you could read that and you get clarity. In the articles, they don't really post what the lawyers say all the time. I saw the Jeremy Hogan thing. I haven't seen too many articles written, on the thoughts of Stuart Alderati, which I need to do research on that. I actually do. And see if maybe Stuart Alderati has given some clarity on all of these different intricacies of the case as of now. Because, I mean, some of these articles make it very confusing. I'm just going to tell you right now, just for me, it makes it very confusing. I'll just say that. All right. So now let's move on. Now that I'm confused, let's move on here. All right. So this is from the dailyhodl.com. Let's do a little bit of Chainlink. A little bit of Chainlink news, since Chainlink made us some money recently. Well, made me some money. I don't speak for everybody, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. OK. All right. Please make your own decisions. This article is from dailyhodl.com and is titled Analyst Calls Chainlink the Easiest Trade Following Big Breakout, Updates Outlook on Bitcoin and Solana. How is it the easiest trade when Solana did better than Chainlink for what I saw? Solana made some very good gain. How is it the easiest trade? I get it. If you're a Chainlink enthusiast, sure, it made good gains. No doubt about it. I loved every second of it. But Solana, it looked like it made more gains. That's all I'm going to say. All right. So I like to keep it. I hate to say like to keep it real, but yeah, that's true. I do. I want the truth to be told. And yeah, Solana, I think, did the best out of most altcoins. This is a closely followed crypto strategist says that the decentralized Oracle network Chainlink will likely generate substantial gains for patient traders. Oh, okay. Well, when you're looking at it like that, this sounds more like a long-term view. I could agree with that. Chainlink, I think, has a very bullish future. So it says here in this quote, Link, I think this is going to be the easiest trade for you to just let it ride once price breaks out of this range. 200-week exponential moving average is right here, so be careful. But I'm going to buy every dip when it solidly breaks above $10. Okay. It probably goes to at least $18 in my opinion. Wow. Okay. That's pretty bullish. I could see that. I was reading an article the other day that said $15. So let's take that range, $15 to $18. Any of that is pretty good for people who scooped up Link when it was low. What was Link a little while ago? Wasn't it like $7 recently? It was like $7 and some change. So for it to go up to either $15 or $18, if that happens, it's pretty solid to me, in my opinion. Not financial advice. All right, I'm not saying this convincing anybody. We're just reading an article, just going over stuff. Like if we were just hanging out, that's it. You know, sharing in the research. So now let's move on here. This is very interesting. This article here, if you made it this far, something is going on with the SEC. I don't know if somebody got to them because money talks and they've been stepping on a lot of big toes. They've been sounding way softer. Am I the only one perceiving this? They've been sounding way softer when it comes to regulating crypto. Have you noticed that? Let me read this to you. It's from the dailyhodl.com and it's titled, Not Regulators' Job to Tell Americans What They Can and Can't Speculate On. This is from SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce. What? You mean after all this time of the SEC basically telling the public, hey, this crypto is bad, this crypto is good. That's pretty much what they've been doing. And then literally standing in the way of people being able to trade certain assets because they wanted to be like some sort of surrogate parents that say, oh, no, even though you're an adult, you can't trade this particular asset. Now, all of a sudden, it's not their job to tell people what they can and can't speculate on. Really? Something changed. Maybe it's just my viewpoint, but somebody got to them. It says U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission Commissioner Hester Pierce says that Americans should be free to speculate on whatever assets they choose. Then what is your job for that? I mean, like, oh, it's so, I mean, they're so, I know, I don't want to get into the semantics of everything I know, because if some people can make the argument against my standpoint, I'm not going to see that. And I could definitely argue back but I mean, the SEC, one thing we can agree on is the SEC is very confused. This is in a new interview with CNBC, Pierce says that as a U.S. regulator, it's not her job to tell people what they can or cannot purchase or speculate on. It says, according to the SEC commissioner, speculation is one of the driving forces of the American economy. Pierce says that regulators' role is to provide a framework, but you haven't. That's the problem. You haven't. Don't get soft now because Ripple has been whooping your tails. No disrespect intended with that. I'm just trying to be accurate and expedient in my descriptions. It says, it's not my job as a regulator to tell people, okay, let's skip that part. It says, which should not be mistaken as a, quote, seal of approval, unquote, for the assets in question. Yeah, we don't need your approval. We don't need any of your fake authority. Some of us are as old as you are. We don't need someone else telling us what we can or can't do. We don't need you. We're wise enough. And if someone's not wise enough, that's on them. But once again, as an adult, you are able and should be able to make decisions on your own about what you want to do. As long as it's not harming anyone else. It's not harming anyone else. Right? That's how I look at it, to boil it down to a basic essence. It says, quote, wait. Let me skip that part. Where did we leave off? It says, so if you are interested in crypto and you're thinking of buying a crypto asset, you should be asking a lot of questions and trying to figure out what the purpose of a particular crypto asset is. That's fine. Is that so you're not supposed to tell us what to buy, but you're literally just doing that now by telling us that we should think about what we're buying and what the crypto asset does. Wait. My brain is exploding. Is that not telling? Wait, some people don't care about what a crypto does. I had people tell me this. You see, this is the beauty of dealing with hundreds of people per week. Hundreds. I'm being very, very conservative with that number. And they're constantly telling you things. There's so many people. And a lot of people are like, hey, I don't care what it does. I just want to know if it's going to increase in in its gains, in its capital, in price? Is it going to increase in price? That's all they want to know. That's it. They don't want to know anything else. They don't care what it does. They're not there for the. So are you saying that those people see, and this is where it gets to being dichotomic or hypocritical. She's saying they're not there to tell you what to buy, but it's telling people they should know what the asset does when most people don't want to know what the asset does. Most people don't know what Bitcoin is there for or what its purpose is or how it originated or that is decentralized. They don't know any of that. And I know because people told me they don't care. They want to know, is Bitcoin going to the moon or not? You ever see those comments where people are like, "When moon?" You know, I don't really believe that they feel that way, but they just do it just to make a joke, you know, troll a little bit. I get that. But that's a real mind state for some people out there, not those people, but other people. They just want to know when it's going to the moon. And I get that. I understand that. But the SEC clearly doesn't understand that. And you can see here, there is this veiled control maniac attitude within the SEC. All right, let's move on to another article. I have more. Now we're getting the video is getting a little long now. wait. But we got a lot of articles for you today, right? I'm giving you bang. I can't say bang for your buck, but we're giving you a lot for your time, right? I'm trying to give you some potent stuff here. Okay, so now this article is from CoinDesk.com and it's titled "Bitcoin Drops 3% After BlackRock BTC ETF Pulled from DTCC's Website." All right. It says, let's scroll down here. It says Bitcoin quickly fell by more than 3% from its perch near $35,000 late Tuesday morning after the ticker for BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF IBTC was removed from the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation's DTCC website. The ticker's appearance on the DTCC website yesterday, rightly or wrongly, Okay, I see where they're going. Rightly or wrongly had investors speculating about imminent approval for a spot Bitcoin ETF, thus playing a factor in the BTC's sharp gain from $30,000 area to more than $35,000. Says data from the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, CME, shows that open interest for Bitcoin futures surged to a record high of $3.4 billion on Monday. By the way, if you want to know what happened with the futures, the stock market today, head over to my Mick Alphanim channel. We covered a little bit of that, a little bit of Bitcoin news, and a little bit of home buyer news. It is going down, folks. So if you want to hear a little bit about that news, head over there, subscribe to that channel. Really would appreciate that. So it says Bitcoin at last check was trading at $33,600. We're going to leave off there on that article. Let's go here. I have three more articles, but we don't have enough time. I can't squeeze them in. Maybe I'll post them in the members only section. But let's end off here because I want to prove something. And I said this. I told you. So I knew there was more to the story about China and all of these countries dumping U.S. treasuries. They dumped a heck of a lot of U.S. treasuries as of late. And I was like, wait a minute, but why? And don't get me wrong. I know BRICS Nation wants to dump U.S. treasuries and there's a lot of dollar dumping going on. I know. But no, this one seemed a little different. And here we have this article from Kitco.com. And it is titled, China is dumping U.S. treasuries to buy gold. Oh, yeah. I have a soul of gold. I love gold. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, we were looking good, weren't we? It was looking good for a while, right? All right. Anyway, went down just a little bit. It says China is selling off massive quantities of its U.S. assets and has a little choice but to reallocate the funds to gold. I wonder why. Why are they buying gold? They've been buying gold, not just China, a lot of countries at record rates. And now the gold buying has shifted over to not only them buying gold outright, but dumping dollars in order to buy gold. Can you see what's coming down the road? What are they going to do with all that gold? I wonder why. Why do people buy gold? They know something's coming. So Zernov noted that the U.S. Treasury data indicates that China is selling U.S. assets at a rapid pace. Quote, some observers believe that China tries to provide support to its currency, unquote, he wrote. Quote, however, China may be selling U.S. assets due to geopolitical tensions, unquote. There's a little bit of everything in what they're doing. Geopolitical tensions, BRICS nation ambitions. Those are big key factors. Zernov said he believes that China does not have too many options if it wants to reallocate its reserves. And gold is one of the few viable alternatives to U.S. Treasuries. Quote, in this scenario, China could increase its gold purchases in upcoming months. What does that mean for the price of gold? Huh? I'm going to tell you, a lot of other countries are also purchasing gold, and also gold is getting a huge push from promoters of gold in the retail market. Did you see what happened with Costco? Why is Costco, ask yourself these questions. Why is Costco all of a sudden trying to be like APMEX or PIMEX or any of these other legit gold companies? All of a sudden, they're pushing gold to regular retail people out of nowhere because they know something that others do not. You mean to tell me it's a coincidence they got in right now with all this madness going on, with the dollar being greatly diminished, with most fiat currencies being in flux? Oh, they're in trouble. Fiat currencies are in trouble. Everybody's saying it. You had the billionaire guy just say it. You had a bunch of economists throughout the year tell people fiat currencies are in trouble. You've been having Elon Musk, whether people like him or hate him, they seem to have a love-hate relationship with that guy. Not my business, but even that guy has said, hey, fiat currencies are trash. They're horrible. They're not good. So a lot of people, wise money, have been going into other things, not just gold, but gold, silver, and other things, to protect their value. So, hey, things are happening rapidly. According to recent data from the U.S. Treasury, Chinese investors sold $21.2 billion worth of U.S. assets in the month of August. Quote, while Fed policy outlook was the biggest driver behind the sell-off in treasuries, it looks that China's activity contributed to the move that pushed the yield of 30-year treasuries towards 5%. Unquote, he wrote. Zernov said he believes that, contrary to the prevailing market view, high treasury yields may actually serve as an additional bullish catalyst for gold. Quote, traders are searching for safe haven assets due to geopolitical tensions, unquote, he wrote. All right. So, there's a lot going on here. I think gold is going to continue to be extremely bullish into the future. Silver as well. Platinum, I think once gold, if you see gold and silver going up, platinum will pop a little bit. Palladium tends to sit higher just because of its very nature. So I think palladium will continue to do well. We'll see how that goes. A lot of people don't like to play in palladium as much. It seems to be much more stable, just in my humble opinion. From what I've seen, I could be wrong, but from what I've seen, it looks to be a little bit more stable definitely more stable than platinum. Platinum, in my opinion, is the most volatile of all of them. But I will say this. Sometimes if I get in at the right price with platinum, it can definitely go up. That volatility comes in handy when something can skyrocket, I saw some beautiful volatility in gold the other day. Man, there was a lot of activity with gold. Were you watching the charts? I think for regular everyday people, I think silver in the future, especially if the price is not suppressed, I think silver is going to have a very, very bright future and to be a very different, I don't want to say be a very different asset, but I think people are going to look at silver differently in the future. I really do. I think that price is going to go up significantly in the next 2 to 3 years, not just because of its utility. They need silver in everything right now. They really do. Not only that, but once again, there is a huge push from retail to acquire silver and push silver to people as an alternative to gold, because gold is more expensive. 1 ounce of gold way more expensive than 1 ounce of silver, and people like to have that ounce. They like that, so it's a more tempting option for people to acquire than sometimes gold. I love gold, but a lot of people are pushing others towards silver right now. There's a huge movement for silver, so I think that's something to watch out for in the future. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I almost forgot my outro. I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.